Okay, this is something I've wanted to talk about for a long time. You've tried paleo, you've tried keto, maybe you've tried carnivore. They all worked for a while, then they stopped working. You think you're the problem, but you're not. The diets are the problem. Here's why fasting is fundamentally different. I'm Dr. John D'Ambrosio, chiropractor for over 32 years, author of the book Fasting That Works, and at 58, I lost 20 pounds of fat while maintaining and gaining muscle using intermittent fasting. I watched every diet fad come and go over the past 3 decades and tried many. Fasting isn't a fad, and here's why. Okay, let's start with paleo. The idea was solid. Eat whole foods like our ancestors did: meat, vegetables, fruits, nuts. Eliminate the processed junk. And when people actually did that, it worked. They lost weight, they felt better, inflammation dropped. But then the food industry, they saw an opportunity: paleo brownies, paleo cookies, paleo protein bars loaded with dates and almond flour. Suddenly, paleo wasn't about eating whole foods anymore. It was about eating processed, paleo approved junk. People were eating paleo donuts for breakfast, paleo granola for snacks, and paleo desserts. And this was just what they were doing, and they thought they were eating like our ancestors, but they were not. They were eating the standard American diet repackaged with paleo approved ingredients. The weight came back, the inflammation came back, and people, they said paleo failed when really they stopped following the actual principle: eat whole unprocessed foods. Then what came along? Keto. This principle was even better. Keep insulin low by eliminating carbs, force your body to burn fat for fuel. And when people ate real food, meat, eggs, fish, vegetables, healthy fats, it actually worked incredibly well. Fat loss again, mental clarity, stable energy. But again, the food industry stepped in: keto bread, keto ice cream, keto bars with artificial sweeteners and processed oils. Dirty keto became a thing. People were eating keto pizza, keto cookies, keto candy. They were keeping carbs low, but they were eating processed garbage. Their bodies were inflamed from the seed oils and from the chemicals. Fat loss, what happened? It stalled, and they started to feel terrible. And they blamed keto for not working when really they were eating processed keto junk instead of real food. The principle worked, the execution failed because people wanted convenience and the standard American diet taste over results. Now we have carnivore: all meat all the time, zero plant fruit foods. And you know what's interesting? There's no carnivore cheesecake, there's no carnivore brownie. You can't fake carnivore with processed foods because the diet is so restrictive that processed food companies, they can't really make money off of it. So people actually eat real food: meat, eggs, in some cases maybe some dairy, and that's it. And for a lot of people, what happens? It works. They lose fat, again, inflammation drops, digestion improves. But here's the question: is carnivore working because eliminating plants is magic? Or is it working because people are finally eating whole, unprocessed foods? I would actually argue for the latter, and here's why. When you eat only meat and eggs, you're not eating seed oils, you're not eating sugar, you're not eating chemicals, and you're not eating all of those preservatives. Your body is not constantly inflamed. Of course, you feel better, but you're also eliminating entire food groups that humans have eaten for literally thousands of years. Here's the reality. I hate to break it to you, but we're omnivores. Look at our teeth. You have incisors for cutting, canines for tearing meat, and molars for grinding plant material. Your digestive system can handle both animal foods and it can handle plant foods. We evolved eating a varied diet. We could eat meat when we could get it. We could eat plants when we couldn't. Metabolic flexibility is the goal. Your body should be able to run on glucose from carbs, fat from dietary sources, and stored body fat. That is true health. Carnivore kind of forces you into fat burning mode by eliminating carbs entirely, but you're not metabolically flexible at that point. You can only run on fat. If you eat carbs again, your body doesn't know what to do with them. You feel horrible. That's not the way it should be. Paleo and keto had the same problem. They worked until people reintroduced foods they eliminated, then the weight came back because their metabolism, what happened? It was not flexible. They were locked into one fuel source. This is why intermittent fasting is totally different. Fasting is not about eliminating food groups. It really isn't. It's about when you eat, not so much what you eat. Yes, you have to be careful, but you can eat meat, vegetables, carbs, fat, whatever fits your goals. The key is you're eating during condensed windows, which keeps insulin low for extended periods. What happens to your body? It actually learns to burn fat during fasting hours and use glucose during eating hours. That is metabolic flexibility. That is the goal. And here is the critical part. You can't fake fasting with processed foods. You're either fasting or you're not. There's no such thing as a fasting brownie that lets you eat while pretending you're fasting. It doesn't exist, and it sounds silly because it isn't. The food industry can't corrupt fasting the way they corrupted paleo and keto. You fast, then you eat real food during your window. It's simple and it actually works. Fasting isn't a fad because it's not a diet. It's a pattern of eating that's been practiced by humans for thousands of years. Every major religion has fasting traditions. Our ancestors fasted out of necessity when food was scarce. So that means our bodies are designed to handle periods without food. This isn't new. It's a return of how humans ate before all this food became available 24/7. Bottom line, paleo, keto, and carnivore all had solid principles, but processed food companies corrupted paleo and keto, and carnivore is, in my opinion, too restrictive to sustain long term for many people. Fasting works because it's uncorruptible, it promotes metabolic flexibility, and it aligns with how humans actually evolved to eat. There's a link in the bio for a free cheat sheet to get started or the full course if you want the complete system. And again, friendly reminder, through Monday, December 2nd, I'm running a small business Saturday sale. My fasting course is $100 off, normally $197, now $97. Link in the bio, use code SMALL97.